So what we're gonna do is we're going to use this new technique that I just learned about at the same swap actually event. A friend demonstrated it, and it's using this wood mount stamp set Country Road. I could have gotten it in Clearmount also. I'm a wood mount fan. Now with the Stamparatus, I'm kind of thinking I should do more clear because then I can play more. But I'm just getting the parts I need. Oops, don't want to do that. What you need for this card is some StazOn and some Versamark, which are the two inks we're using. And you also need foil paper. You can use the foil paper that's copper. You can use the foil paper that's gold, the silver. They all have a different kind of look to them when you're done, which is awesome. There they are. These little my little pieces of paper were running away from me. My little fun parts. And just for some flair, I added a little. I keep all of my scraps here of these wood pieces because I just love them to death. So we're gonna use some of those in a minute too. You also need clear embossing powder, and a heat tool. So here's what you do. So amazingly, you get these great effects. I don't know if you can really tell, but it's kind of shiny, kind of they call it black ice because it kind of looks like there's ice on it, but it's just shiny and cool. It's awesome. Someone in I think out west or east in Virginia type area first demonstrated this, I think, and then people have, well, Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, we share ideas, and it's just gone through like crazy. People love it. So here's the first thing. I have started using this technique of pinning, and this is just a clip I have, pinning my paper to something so I don't get as gooey, which would be nice because I'm always gooey. But what you do first is you open the StazOn pad and you want your lines to go, well, I'll show you. I made these lines on my StazOn go the other direction, and I don't like it. Here's the original, or the better one. I don't like those streaks going that way. So they could go that way in a different card, but not this card. So I'm going to go like this right down my pad. Oh, well, it might be dry. You just draw your ink pad, the StazOn, to make some lines, to kind of tarnish it. See what I'm saying? Then when you want to go on this side, you put your scrap paper there and you make more tarnishy lines. It works a little better when your pad is juicier. Clearly, I should have re-inked that after playing with StazOn the other day. But you see the difference? This one's a little lighter, so this one won't work as well. It won't look as good for me. Okay, so I'm just trying to get my StazOn to really show up on my horse. Do you see it's kind of shiny? It's kind of dull in the middle a little. We'll see what happens. But it may be just a little goofy. But I'm going to stamp the horse. See, it's kind of hard to show up. Well, that looks great, doesn't it? You can't reline up with things. So now I'm going to put a star up here, and I'm going to put a wagon wheel down here, and I'm going to put I needed some more going in there, so I put some of these two branches up there, so they kind of went in. So I have my piece all decked out, right? Now I let that dry a minute, and I can use my heat tool if I want, but I'm just gonna do a different step. I'm gonna stamp while I have my StazOn out here in my way. I'm going to stamp my happy birthday on here. Not so good. Flip. Okay. Better. So I have happy birthday, and then I can punch that out with this, hi Charlene, this upside down daisy upside down thing works a lot better. See? That we'll save for later. This should be kind of dry by now. I'm gonna put it back on my little tool I learned about. That was just to make sure it's dry because the other day I didn't tell people to make sure it's dry, and there's my Versamark, so it's all good. Now I'm gonna stripe the same way with the Versamark pad, but I found it's kind of cool if you pound it a little to get some weird lines in there. It might just be the way my Versamark pad works better to get some texture. Okay, so there's cover it in embossing powder. Hey Kim, have you tried this yet? It's a really cool technique called black ice. And then I'm covering that up. I mean, the whole thing is covered with. Wow, how in the universe did that happen? The whole thing's covered in embossing powder, except for the part where that thing is. Ha! I fixed it. All right, so then. It's all done, you can kind of see it's extra sparkly and it feels extra thick, and those, oops, I just put some fingerprints in it, that's good. You can see the glitter and the glam, it's kind of cool. Clean off my hands, finish the card. All right, so here's this, like this. This is crumb cake, regular size crumb cake. And I'm going to stamp a little fun down in this corner. So I don't normally attack my pads, but this one's dry, so I didn't realize that before I started recording. But it's okay that it's a little rustic looking, like dry, because it makes it look cool. It just, you know, because it gives it that old, whatever the word is, feel. So I'm okay with it. It's not my favorite, but I'm okay with it. And then this paper right here was cut in 2 1/4 by, I think 4. 2 1/4 by 4, and so this is 4 1/4 by 3. That's not right. 4 1/4 by 2 1/2. And I'm just layering those. So I'm a girl that likes layers. So it has a little back, and then this is a little stripe, which I just love this Cajun Craze kind of color on. It's from the Nature's something paper. It'll be on my thing. Oops. Now because I didn't put the things as high, I want to go a little lower here, and I'm gonna put this one on. This is the boring part. My card. So there we go. Got that. Now my happy birthday goes on with some dimensionals. Or not. Since I didn't take them out of the box. Ta-da!